Hi everyone, welcome back. Today a little review about the Sony AW4 wireless microphone system. It's a very low cost system that I was really hoping would work well because it's so tiny and compact. They don't sound amazing. They have issues with cutting out. They have issues with running out of batteries and not working well with some batteries. They have issues with distance. They have issues where if you plug in a lavalier microphone into them, because this has a built-in microphone, which I guess Sony expects you to use it like this, which just looks terrible. So if you plug in a microphone into it like that, then as soon as you have like anything in between the two units, the receiver and the microphone, then you start to get crackling in between them. You've got a little, what says is an earphone connection on the receiver, which is actually just the output going to the camera. And then you do have a microphone on the receiver as well, so that you can talk back to the person who has the microphone. So this would be on the cameraman, and the cameraman can talk to the person with the microphone. That's a really interesting feature, but unfortunately, because it's continuously turning on and off, it's very distracting. So when there's a noise, it turns on and starts crackling in the person's ear who has this. So if he connected a little earphone to this, then, you know, and the cameraman spoke to me, I would hear what the cameraman's saying, but it's so distracting because it's constantly turning on and off. Extremely buggy and not very well thought out, even though the build quality is very good. Now it runs on these little AAA batteries. So now here it is directly just from the microphone to that. It's not terrible, but it's not professional. You know, there's a little bit of a hiss, there's potentially issues and bugs and cutouts and things like that. So not professionally usable. I don't know, maybe there's some reasons why you might want to get this. I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, so now I am this distance away. And now I am this distance away. So the distance on this thing is pretty damn poor. Might as well. I actually don't use the feet very often, but once again.
Okay, so here's the Sony with the Ultradisc lavalier microphone. I'm here in a quiet environment in my studio, and as you can hear, it doesn't sound great at all, and this is not even remotely usable professionally, and I wouldn't even want to use this for my own personal videos, you know, for reviews and things like that. So here we're listening to the Sony recording directly from here to the camera, and of course, it still doesn't sound great and still is going to have loads of issues, so yeah, it's just not usable. So I bought myself the RodeLink wireless system, which is very compact. Even though it is slightly larger than this, it's compact enough to still be a huge improvement over my previous audio kit, and still sounds absolutely fantastic. Now the Sony here is about 120 to 140 pounds, and the RodeLink is new, so currently it's 280. It might go down a little bit after some time, but currently if you buy the RodeLink and sell the included lavalier microphone that comes with it, then you can actually have that for about the same price as this, because the included lavalier microphone, the actual cable thing, that costs 140 pounds on its own. So you can sell it on eBay and get the lovely sounding Rode system with a slightly lower cost lavalier microphone. And I will try out some microphones to see what lower budget lavalier works well with the Rode, or you can just spend that 280 pounds and get an absolutely gorgeous sounding system with the included lavalier microphone, which also comes with a ton of accessories. So I'll discuss that separately in the review of that. Now here is the RodeLink wireless system, which sounds absolutely fantastic compared to the Sony, and has a lot of other improvements too. For example, you turn it on and it works. No disconnection issues, no noise issues. It remembers your volume settings, whereas with the Sony, every time it runs out of batteries, which is very often, even if you use high quality batteries, the maximum you'll get is about 3 hours, which still means about halfway through your shoot, you know, halfway through most shoots, you'll have to swap out the battery and then set the volume again. Very annoying. Now with the RodeLink system, the battery will last up to about 30 hours, which is awesome, which means I can just leave it on the entire day and just shoot. You know, I can leave this connected to myself or connected to the talent that I'm recording. Now, of course, a larger audio kit would still definitely have its uses, but for most of my work, this is actually mostly all I need. And in case you're wondering how I got this incredibly wide view, this is the Sony a7S with the 10 to 18 millimeter Sony lens, which is lightweight, at least somewhat affordable, and gives this ridiculously wide view, about 12 millimeters on full frame in video mode, which is just ridiculously wide. and of course also has image stabilization and autofocus. So for the price, this lens is gorgeous. I will review this separately. I mean, meanwhile, I'll put a link down below to this lens, but yeah, super fun lens.
So come back soon for my review of the RodeLink, and I will try and get the new Sennheiser in, but personally I can't afford it, so I'll just try and borrow one or something. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. Visit my channel for lots more awesome filmmaking and photography videos like lighting techniques, DIY projects, behind the scenes tutorials, cameras, lenses, adapters, shoulder rigs, stabilizers, flashes, LEDs, microphones, bags, straps, studio backgrounds, tripods, float heads, sliders, multi-tools, and lots more cool stuff.